I don't know what the hell that was. I have no idea, but I'm back. I hit a couple of things, and the next thing you know. Anyway, as I'm saying, nobody is suggesting, and I'm not suggesting that none of this stuff is important. So let me just get this out of the way. People are going to take it the wrong way. It starts off with the premise, as I said initially, as we go from Candace, all these other people, and Curtis Lee and others, they're losing their minds. And the reason why they're losing their minds is very, very simply this. Sometimes when you get involved in this, you love this so much. You just get so wrapped up in this thing that you figure you're some kind of a star and you can do whatever you want and say whatever you want. Well, you can't. And that's the bottom line. And I want to say this right off the bat. There are some people who are really doggone good in this world. And I like them and I think they're great. And I want to see the whole notion of YouTube in particular, because Rumble is kind of all over the place. But I've got room for everybody. Even Laura Loomer, they say. Laura Loomer, she's so crazy. She doesn't lose her mind like this. No. Nick Fuentes. Oh, Nick Fuentes. He's actually affable. When you lose your mind and when your words might be crazy, but as opposed to your affect, that's a different story. I worry about these folks. And this lunacy about how there's this one issue that nobody can get beyond. Whatever it is to people, whether it's Israel or Trump or trans or God or Jesus, whatever it is, if you are a one issue person, you're doing such a disservice to yourself. I want you to remember the words of the great Scott Fitzgerald, who said that the sign of an intelligent man, the sign of a great mind, is somebody who can think of or handle two seemingly inconsistent subjects at the same time simultaneously. Now, listen, there's one thing in the world you got to understand. We've got a lot of issues here, and you can't lose your shit because you're of no use to anyone. AI and AGI eventually still represents the number one existential threat to the United States, to the world. That's the one. Good luck trying to explain that to Candace, Crystal Ball, or anybody. They'll look at you like, what are you talking about? That's not sexy. I don't know why. There's no, I don't know. I'm not even sure I understand it. And that's precisely what they'll tell you. That is precisely what they'll tell you. That's it. Number two, and if you want to talk Israel to an extent, Israel, but also money that's going elsewhere for perpetual wars, no. But let me also tell you something. If you think, and I love this, folks, people say, oh, AIPAC. Oh, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Oh, AIPAC. Oh, you just figured out AIPAC, huh? Really? Oh yeah, they're the only lobbying group around. They actually target. Really? Yeah, AIPAC actually targets individual members of Congress. And what's even more important, they will assign an AIPAC representative to a congressperson. Really? On AIPAC's best day, they can't get near big tech. Can't get near it. Big tech owns everything. Not only does big tech own everything, big tech, and you also have to get into you have to get into this crazy notion of who was it? What did I hear correctly? Did our good friend Roseanne talk about one time? She even mentioned Palantir and Teal. Better be careful. Palantir, is it the Lavender program that's using their AI targeting systems to go after people in Gaza? So it's so complicated. But all of a sudden, it's AIPAC, Marjorie Taylor Greene. They have to register as a foreign agent. Okay. What about Silicon Valley? You know who poses more of a threat to this country than anybody? Mark Zuckerberg. He's an American citizen. You can't explain this to different people. They don't understand this. They don't know what the hell you're talking about because these are children. These are people who only want to go on, I guess, online to scream and yell and to be famous. Whether they're Destiny or Bill Maher or Piers Morgan or George Galloway or whoever it is, that's the thing that gives them juice. They want to be the noble crusader. But more importantly, they want to be the noble crusader that's famous, not for the cause, but for themselves. They want to be. And the only way to go in is to say something more and more and more outrageous, outrageous, angry, 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 irrespective of what the thing is that you're talking about. So are these things possible? Yes. But do yourself a favor. Pray for Candace Owens. This is a very troubled woman. This is a very confused woman. They're going to break it off in her. She has made more. You got to ask yourself, what have you accomplished? What have you accomplished? She has made more money. She basically went to people that can destroy her. And instead of not, put it this way, I can make the cause. You want to talk about civil rights or you want to talk about black people? You want to talk about civil rights or talk about white people? Same subject matter. But if you target the wrong people, you're wasting your time. And there are people who are going to say, I forget the name of the law firm that brought the Dominion case, but they're going to say, we will help you. We want to go after her and everybody else. The bottom line, and it's a very, very simple thing. They want to make sure, like they did with COVID, like they did with a lot of things with Ukraine, they want to be able to control you and cancel you if you stray from the particular rules. And it's that simple. Now, either you understand this or not. I can't help you. And like a lot of friends, a lot of great people who they say all of a sudden they've just discovered, like all of a sudden, remember years ago, somebody who discovered climate change for the first time. And they just wouldn't let go with climate change. And now all of a sudden we have these folks who are just, put it this way, there are some people who are very smart and wonderful people from Palestine regarding Palestinian concerns. They're correct. Then you have people who actually want to go after the notion of Zionism. They're kind of the same, kind of related, maybe not, but that's the other group. And then you have the third who say, I really don't know what's what, but I like the cause. Give me a kafia. Let me pretend to be super. I'm going to feel for you. I want to be a part of there's two things, either anti-Israel or pro-Palestinian. And remember, I'm not suggesting that there's no cause. I hate the artificiality and the feign. Remember in the 60s? Hey, man, peace. Oh, I'm a hippie. Stop the war. Make love, not war. What if they gave a war and nobody came? Peace and the flowers and hey, Woodstock, man. They weren't into the peace movement. They were into the hippie movement. They were into the performative part of it. They liked being the hippie. That's it. Oh, yeah, the cause. Yeah. Peace, love, and war, and peace, love, and drugs or whatever. Yeah. They were into that. That's what this is. They define themselves by this. And they all want to meet, and they want you to know that there's going to be they'll have a group of people in a coffee shop in Williamsburg, or you can go see them. Wow, let's go see them. Yeah, I want to hang out. Good for you. Well, what about our country? What about what's happening here? I don't know. I don't want to talk about that, but I want to go meet Abby Martin. I want to go talk to, I'm going to get a picture with, and by the way, these are good people, but they've become the stars. Norman Finkelstein, can I get a picture of him? Okay, go ahead. What are we talking about now? Is it the cause or this? And by the way, they're legit. They're very legit about this. But here I am in New York, and you've got a bunch of people who basically are clamoring for a little boy, a benighted moonbat, who could destroy my city. And all of these foreign carpetbaggers, all of a sudden, they're coming in here and they're saying, oh, we love this guy because of his position regarding Israel. This is how full of shit these people are. So excuse me if I don't feel exactly, lovey-dovey about these folks. They annoy me because they're phonies. And they've They feel something. They're empathic to a degree, but what they really want to do is they want to be a part of the movement. They want to be a part of the group of people that says, "Yeah, we hate all that. I've been through this a million times my entire life. I've seen these folks." And Candace is going to learn. Let me tell you something. They won't. They're going to wipe her out with that case. You don't understand. You don't get it. This is a big deal. Some people may not think it's a big deal, or they think it's funny that you're joking about Brigitte Macron. Go ahead. I don't care whether you like it or not. There are people who think that the big case against Tish James is going to be that easy to prove. Not necessarily. Comey's case is gone. They're going to destroy that one. That's a piece of garbage. But let me tell you something. The guy they are going to break, big time, hardcore, is Bolton. Oh, that's a serious. They got him there. See, but nobody understands this. Somebody said, I heard today on a radio station, they said, "Oh, these financial cases are easy." Really? You want to argue some of the Fannie Mae regs? Good luck with that one. They're a little bit more complicated than you think. So what I'm doing is I want to start talking about this thing called realism. I don't want to get rid of phonies. And I want to make sure we understand that people who land. Oh, you know who else I'm kind of worried about right now? I like him a lot. Is Tucker. Have you noticed this with Tucker? What is he doing? They're super Christian now. He wants to go to Talking Point USA. Did you see these kids just tying him in a knot? Did you see this? Did you see it? Tell me you saw it. Did you see it? These kids come up and they're asking him a question, and he gets all bent out of shape and he says something, "Watch it, I'll beat you up and I can do it." It's like, you sound like Bill Buckley. What are we talking about? Charlie Kirk is dead. They're not going to find out who did it. Candace Owens doesn't know shit about who killed him. She can't prove anything. And don't blaspheme or accuse an entire country or say, "I know you think it is." You don't know anything, Candace. Come on. And then they're jumping on Erica Kirk. Have you seen that one? Look, it's over with. Have you not understood how this thing? Don't you remember Jim and Tammy Faye Baker? You might say to yourself, "That's a terrible comparison." No, it's not. You know how much money was? You know how much money there is? You know how much money there is? Talking Point USA? Dear God. And was Charlie Kirk really upset because I'm going to have to pull out of this because of my dissatisfaction with the plight, the policy, and the programs of Israel and Gaza? Is that really what was that it? I know she says so. You sure that was it? How about all that money? Millions of dollars. One of the reasons why people are suggesting that Curtis Lewa might be not wanting to get us because he has matching funds. And he's got his wife, who's a lovely gal, and his sister, who does PR. And he's got like, I don't know, 8 million, 5 million, whatever it is, millions of dollars that they can, accommodate or allocate, excuse me. And money, as Cyndi Lauper says, money changes everything. So don't be surprised if Curtis Lewa may, in fact, might want to be, he might want to stretch this thing out and destroy our city because he might make a couple of mil, or his sisters or family or whatever it is. Is it illegal? No. See, but Candace Owens wants you to know that on Charlie's last breath, he texted me. And when she said, "I sent to all these people a dead man switch. So if anything happens to me," I say, "Oh, Candace, would you please calm down?" Remember the big one? Remember when Marjorie Taylor Greene says, "I'm not going to commit suicide. I'm not going to commit suicide." Remember that? As though you're saying, I'm so important that they might want to snuff me out because I am so dangerous to this cause. I am so important. I am so critical that the only way that these evil people can possibly flourish is if they eliminate me in the long run. Oh, would you calm down? It was so funny, believe it or not. And you know I love Alex. Love him to death. But the old day, there was a joke. It's like, Alex is probably thinking to himself, I'm surprised, and I don't know if this is even true because God knows he probably has had more attempts on his life versus threats than you can imagine. But you almost feel like, well, if nobody's really coming after me, am I really that good? Sometimes the joke is, it's not even a joke. If somebody were to be snuffed, you would say, wow, he really was something powerful. Why? Well, they killed him. And only important people get snuffed. If you're not, that means you're not threatening anybody, and consequently, you're not threatening anybody because you're not saying anything that's that worthwhile. So it's a weird kind of a sick quasi parody issue, but there's something to be said for that. Candace Owens wants to be taken seriously. She wants to be serious and feared and hot and sexy and smart and American and all this stuff. And she is pissing off everybody. And she also has come to the point where people have realized you're too much of a nut. Alex has kind of backed off a little bit. Alex is coming back into the fold. You know who else is like that? People are saying you're just acting as too is Curtis Lewa. Curtis, he's not, he suffered a lot from this because all of a sudden the hat and the beret and the whole bit, it kind of looks stupid now. I know he's only been doing it for 40 something years, but it sounds like, I think it's run its course. Here's one for you. You're not going to care about this, but if you are a cultural person, you know, all these housewives show, housewives of New Jersey, housewives of New York, housewives of this, housewives of that. They're finding they're going to go bye-bye because it's just run its course. We can't find anybody. Nobody cares anymore. Certain things just run its course. Remember folk music? Remember folk music? Yeah, it's ran its course. We may call it something else today, but it's gone. It's not that it's not good. It's just run its course. Disco, funk, though Tower of Power is doing it, Bump City, but still, certain things run its course. And we're looking at there's a lot of room, a lot of people in the world of not talk radio, but in the world of this who are really, really enjoying this. And the first thing you have to do is longevity, and you can't shoot your wad right away. You just can't be super angry and here I am and I'm going to get these people. And who do you think you are? Always put your money on Alex. Always put your money too. By the way, on Tucker too. Tucker is really, 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 he's got the best demeanor. The best demeanor, because that's the thing. Remember, half of the time people aren't listening to you. The reason why people listen to you is that they like you. Not that they respect you, not that they, learn from you, but they like you. And they might like you because they respect you and learn from you and all that stuff too. So in any event, thank you for this. Sorry for the glitch, folks. Maybe it's the evil. Maybe they're trying to stop me. Maybe I'm the target of this. Maybe I'm the target of some untoward foreign concern, a cabal that wants me sidelined. All right, dear friends. Anyway, thank you. I can't go back to all the great folks who were so great and sweet and wonderful tonight. Who did the super chats? Thank you. I don't have that on this screen. I think there was a few. Soul, Sparky, of course, and others. God bless you for that. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget our two sponsors, by the way. My Patriot Supply. The link is in the description. And also the great Mike Lindell. Check him out at mypillow.com, promo code Lionel. Until we see each other again, my friends, remember these wonderful words. The monkey's dead. Oh, by the way, Mrs. L's got a great piece on Lynn's Warriors. Go watch her stuff now. And anyway, have a great day. Don't forget the monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue ya. Dad.